match number 3 at third of the day, and it's time for the picks and bans.
Alright, picks and bans. ISMOO has the first pick. Probably gonna be able to get this either Sierra or well, maybe Fran or something. I'm very curious about that. There's an Okeanos pre-ban on the side of ISMOO. There's Artemil taken away from ZHUJIK, which is quite clear. This Artemil is something that you don't want to deal with. On the side of ISMOO, first pick, Tarany's stealing it from ZHUJIK, but also well, I'm not sure if he did his preparation. I'm not gonna say that ZHUJIK doesn't have it. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Answers with the Gani Hathor, and there is Tarany's on the first pick being, well, seeing an offensive first turn composition on the side of ZHUJIK.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And just as what we were talking about, these players showing different picks than what we're used to and what we saw in their player cards, and ISMOO choosing to go, just as I was saying, that he's going for his trusted Sierra and Fran. And Fran is a great pick. You need some immunity against Gani Hathor, especially if you're gonna let both of them through. And let's see what ZHUJIK will be responding with. We see a Savannah, a very popular pick here in the European preliminaries. And the fourth pick will be, I want to see something other than a wind unit. That is a Harmonia that ZHUJIK loves so much.
It is not a wind unit, it is Fire Triana. It is Harmonia right there. So very, very aggressive playstyle on the side of Zoo, but also giving the Harmonia, which is a little bit more protective. Maybe he shows his Molong that he usually picks very early. Maybe he sets it up for that, but also some protection against the Sierra bombs. And there is the answer on the side of ISMOO with Velajul and Ethna saying, okay, you don't have that much protection from Arbor Break, from Sierra Bomb. Let's see, do you have another immunity on the side of ZHUJIK? I think that would be the best idea.
Things are looking a little scary for ZHUJIK. He doesn't have that much stripping potential, and he's going with an AoE stripper Juno. That will most likely be the ban coming in from ISMOO, as he is packing 2 cleansers, actually sorry, 1 cleanser and 2 immunity boosters. It's a great draft coming in from ISMOO, and ZHUJIK rounds up his draft with the, I think, one of the most perfect picks that he could have gone for there.
Yeah, this Juno, also with the artifacts, can do a lot of work and is taken away together with the other Oracle. Sierra, we're not going to see her. So on the side of ZHUJIK, he shows some big crowd control, but there's a lot of answers on the side of ISMOO with the Fran and the Velajul. There's not a lot of strips on the side of ZHUJIK, so that might be a problem. But then on the other side, we see an Ethna against Harmonia. I don't really like the Harmonia in this composition.
So I also don't like it, but we see an off-will, very, very fast Hathor, and oh my.
Oi.
Indeed, and he's missing both of the sleeps, getting Fran's attack bar down, and once again a resistance on Fran's attack bar, but she was already at 0. That Hathor first turn wasn't that impactful, but Gani manages to proc into a ventilate, and Hathor will be able to do that once again. Except she won't, because the Sanctuary is coming in here.
Yeah, so actually it didn't matter that much if these monsters were going to sleep, because the Hathor just had to push back the attack bar on these monsters, and the same role as Ganymede actually fulfilled. But there is resistance checks on the side of ISMOO, like playing the Uno card against ZHUJIK, reverse, and then we have Ethna. Is she gonna strip? Yeah, she's gonna strip. She's not gonna stun this Hathor.
But things are looking great for ISMOO. He's very confident with his units all on immunity, but those procs might end up hurting him more than helping, because 2 of his units are on 1 turn immunity only. And the Fran is going to sleep now.
Yeah, the Fran is going to sleep. If this Velajul procs out of the next immunity, if he procs back into...
We see a huge resisto coming in from Ethna, and that is a Nemesis Ethna, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that is a very big resistance. So this Ethna is packed on a lot of resistance, or a little bit on the lucky side. There is gonna be a third skill maybe. You can provoke. Yeah, there's gonna be provoke on the Ganymede, not on the Hathor, but on the Ganymede. And there's the spare Ethna.
Double
the
stun.
spare Nemesis Ethna, 2 stuns.
Yeah, this Ethna is doing in some work right now. She only gets 1 defense break, but it's not that important because you can just focus on that 1 unit. And this is going to be a huge hit coming in with the defense buff and the defense break. And that is a dead Hathor.
That is a dead Hathor. And well, the monsters of ISMOO are now vulnerable. Oh,
They are.
That is obviously the defense buffed monsters, and Savannah didn't pack enough attack to defense break them. So on the side of ISMOO, there were some lucky resistance procs, but then again, the composition is just a great counter to the composition that ZHUJIK brought to the table.
Yeah, it's a super strong composition, and that Tyrannus pick is great. He has the damage, he's bringing in that defense break to counter the Savannah third skill defense break, and also it synergizes so well with Velajul. We see Ethna once again going in for the Shadow, get another stun on the Savannah. That Savannah is gonna be gone from the game very soon.
Yeah, gonna be gone from the game very soon. What I see right here is a position of Harmonia in a game that she didn't want to be in right here. She wanted to be in a game with Molong holding each other's hands, maybe with the Artemil. Besides that, these monsters go together very, very well. But Gani, Hathor together with Harmonia, I'm not so sure about that one.
Totally, I agree with that statement. Harmonia, as we can see, is full on HP and not doing much, and right now ZHUJIK probably knows that he has lost this game and thinking about what he can do better for the next draft. But we know that he will be having that Artemil, and maybe he has a more confident pick, confident team building coming in. Maybe we will see the Molong, Harmonia into Artemil. This is a proc coming in from Geni, but it's a little too late.
It is a huge proc. Nah, just kidding. It's not that much anymore. It is the end of this game. We're just playing it out, thinking about next game. You've got to go back to your notebook. You bring your Harmonia. I think he
another huge
was
proc
looking at
coming in from
another huge proc. Maybe this Harmonia. He looked at the wrong line of his notes. He thought, okay, next game it's gonna be a Harmonia game. Oops, that was next game, right? Not this game.
Yeah.
This Harmonia is going down pretty quickly right now.
Totally. And that Ganymede is like, oh wait, I forgot to proc. Let me just make up for it, but it was a bit too late.
it just, I mean, it was a bit of a whitewash there. We saw from the very get-go that ISMOO just seemed to have a counter for everything that ZHUJIK was bringing into that match. I think the Juno going out with the artifacts was a big decision, a great pre-ban there coming in from ISMOO, Ulti.
Yes, totally. And we can see today, Europe Cup preliminaries, day 2 players are showing us how to deal with Gani Hathor. 2 games in a row we've seen Geni and Hathor paired together, which is a rare sight to begin with, but they're both of the times they're very much so dealt with, and that Tyrannus pick also to round everything up was so great against the Savannah and with the Velajul.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, ZHUJIK there didn't seem to have the strips, the damage that he could actually really impact on the game there. What can he do now? What can he get from his notebook here, DGP, to stay in this competition?
Yeah, so either he prepared a really different composition or he just goes back to his standard, more Molong, Artemil based composition. And we're gonna see it right here. He is able to pick his Artemil right now. ISMOO is gonna be able to get the Okeanos. So that puts a lot more options to the table. What are we gonna see as bans? Maybe a Velajul on the side of ISMOO if he wants to go for a little bit more action with the Gani Hathor, or maybe a Fran. I think Fran wouldn't be that bad of a decision as well.
Yeah, Velajul, as you just said, 2 immunity boosters are getting gotten rid of in this game, and we're not gonna see as much immunity, and ZHUJIK is, I'm sure, very happy about that.
Yeah, but the Amelia is also one of his really standard picks. Amelia, Bolvar, together with Molong, Harmonia, and Artemil. That's something that we see quite often, highly stacked up with resistance. But ISMOO prepared this, seeing the Amelia and pre-bans it. So there's Vanessa on the side of ZHUJIK, says, all right, let's contest this first turn. There's Sierra, Fran on the side of ISMOO. Still no Ganymede, Hathor. They have listened to you, Ulti. The they are being dealt with very appropriately in this Europe prelims.
Yeah, totally, and I agree. We can also just call them Honey. I'm really liking that name. Will we see a Honey coming in from ZHUJIK? No, he's opting to go for a Savannah and the Molly once again to answer ISMOO.
All right, the Molly. That's quite an early Molly against Sierra. A little bit interesting. I hope that this is going well for him. Savannah and Vanessa. So at first he says, I want to take first turn and I'm going to do a lot of damage, a lot of control on your side. But then also with the Molly, I'm not so sure about it, to be honest. But let's hope he prepared well, proves me wrong. There's a Vigor and Okeanos on the side of ISMOO. Going for a lot of cycling and getting a lot of turns.
He definitely doesn't want to let the Vigor Molly combo that we all know is so scary through to ZHUJIK. And once again, we discussed this a lot, DGP. We don't like seeing Molly picked so early because, as you can see, ISMOO can bring in some defense breaks, some high damage. Oh my god!
The Bay!
The Bay coming in.
Oh, the Bay! I love the Bay. He shows the Bay and the Bay. He picks it. Is this gonna be another LD Net 5 that is not seen so often in the meta? Oh, he also has the Julian. That is really interesting.
And
maybe even a good pick in this position.
Oh no,
didn't know that
he
as
was
well.
Just flexing.
He goes for the Taranyas, not going for the shiny stuff, but going for a little bit more synchronization into his composition. So this Debay, what Debay does basically is his third skill does a lot of damage. Basically, if you don't have that much heal on your side, AoE heal, and there's another monster going down on the side of Debay, there's another try to do the third skill, doing again a lot of damage. And also because the second skill scales well with lowering the HP, if you do third skill then proc into second skill, that most likely is a monster that is going down. So that's quite a lot of pressure on the side of the Bay, but then also pairing it up with the Molly and the Artemil. And I am very curious how this game goes. I'm very happy to see the Bay.
I love these picks, but not as much as DGP, guys, because you can see how excited he is. He is a Debay user himself, and he is gonna be maybe learning a little bit of how to use it from ZHUJIK.
Oh yeah, definitely. So there's the first turn going in for ISMOO. Even though there's a speed lead advantage on the side of ZHUJIK, there is a second skill, opening with a second skill with the Bay. So this friend already lost half of the HP. That's quite a lot of damage. This is definitely a crit damage to Bay. Sierra, very open. So there's the Artemil.
Got a huge bomb.
That is a huge damage.
Yeah,
that is huge damage, and there is a resistance on the side of Sierra that is big as well. So there's protection from the Vanessa taken away by the passive of Thessarion. Is this Artemil packed with enough resistance to resist this third skill, this shred? And there is double glancing, so it's not a lot of damage, and Fran is able to heal, but Arda is also being able to heal thanks to the Molly and her second skill.
See a big nuke coming in from Debay, chunking the Sierra and the Fran almost down to 50%, and as you said, Arda will be able to heal back up, and this is looking very, very even right now between the two players.
This is looking very even, and Sierra already detonated her bomb, but Molly also already used the second skill to get rid of the Oblivion on the side of Vanessa, so she cannot cleanse this bomb straight away. There is a resistance on the side of Molly for the Oblivion, so she's still able to heal a lot, and we're gonna see a really big nuke on the side of the Bay coming up.
Yes, indeed, and that is a big proc coming in from Vanessa. With the branding on Sierra, she'll be able to dish out a lot of damage, and that Sierra is looking like a big target for this Debay.
Yeah, even if if Fran procs right here, then still the Vanessa, the Bay would be able probably to kill this Fran. So it would be switching targets right here. The
oh
Bay,
my God, Sierra survives.
That is actually perfect.
That is indeed perfect. And Thessarion, let's see if he will be able to make use of this. The Molly S2 is coming up shortly. If she gets one more proc, she'll be able to cleanse the bombs. So Thessarion is still going in for the Vanessa, even though there's a bomb on her. Oh my God, that's a huge...
Thessarion says, I want to see some more of this skill 3 action of your debate. I'm gonna proc every turn and put some Oblivion on the side of Artemil. Artemil, we've seen enough turns on the side of, enough revenges on the side of Artemil in the previous SWCs. Don't want to see that too much, but I'm taking out your Vanessa, so your third skill is up again.
And
now, right here we see already shredding off, no, not shredding off the Oblivion yet. So this is a lot of damage on this Artemil, but also Molly being able to hold hands with the Artemil. That's a lot of heal.
And he chooses to go for the debate. Once again, a huge proc. That's going to be a dead debate. I'm pretty sure that's 26k nuke without an attack buff. That's huge.
That is a huge Thessarion. Proc 3 turns in a row, setting up a lot of attack defense breaks for himself because he procced himself as well. This figure was resisted, I think, twice with the third skill, and Thessarion says, "No, buddy, I got you."
Will he be going for the Artemil? Yes, he is. And he gets the Oblivion once again. Does this Artemil not have any resistance, or is ZHUJIK just that unlucky?
Oh, and also counter right here. Got resisted though on the side of Artemil, so no 2-turn Oblivion, but just 1 turn. And Molly proccing a little bit, so she gets her.
Oh my god, the revenge
but that proc
set
actually
is
was
huge.
very bad.
The revenge set is huge, and I love ISMOO's play. He's attacking a little bit on both. Oh my god, this Thessarion is crazy. Wow.
This Thessarion is crazy.
Wow.
I got you, bro, ISMOO. I got you.
Wow.
So a funny fact about ISMOO, while this game is already over, ISMOO dropped out last year